What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. I'm with the boys, as always. And today we are going to be ranking every single men's division in the UFC going into 2026. Our previous video was the women's division. So if you didn't see that one, please go check it out. I believe there are 8 division guys, if I am correct. We're going to go worst to best. This is one list. We have to agree on this list by the end of the video. Let's get things started, guys. What is the worst division in 2026?
I think we have to start at the top, man. Heavyweight,
Yep.
heavyweight,
We all
man.
agree on this?
Um, I just think that on top of the lack of contenders, um, what's going on at the top of the division, the stagnation that was caused by this whole Tom Aspinall eye poke situation and the uncertainty around that. Um, like we don't like, I don't know. Every time I fucking hear about Tom Aspinall, he's having another eye surgery. Um, Gon is gonna get the next shot for sure. Like on paper at least. They're gonna run that back. And I mean, like, all they can do is have their contenders basically kill each other off in the process. You know? Waldo is the most exciting thing going on in terms of prospects. And I mean, I can see Jay Alton Almeida beating him if he learns how to throw a ground strike at all. So it's just kind of like the division's kind of a mess, man. Taito Ivasa's ranked 12th. Shamil Ghaziev's ranked like I don't even know, man.
That's a
It's like
shame.
yeah, this division's in shambles, man.
I agree. I got heavyweight at eighth
Yep.
pretty easily. Uh, Not to mention, I don't even think there's going to be a title fight in that division this year. I'm hearing Tom get all in these surgeries. I feel like they're trolling a little bit, but I don't know, man. Like we need to start stripping people at this rate. If we're getting no title shots in, like when's the last time they had a unified title shot that like actually lasted the fight?
Wild, dude.
2 years, right? Something like that. Something like that. But easily last, tied to Ivasa's ranked. Basically enough said just in that.
You also have the Tafa brothers into the division. I know they're not ranked, but they are in there. So you have to account for that.
Exactly. Now, if my prophecy comes true, I could push this up to six for personal agendas. If D. takes it, because
Oh, okay.
he'll take out a Costa real quick, and then gets the title shot, just knocks out Tom in London.
So
Like that pushes it up to six for me if that comes true. But
I mean, a Derek Lewis led heavyweight division is a heavyweight division I could get behind, man.
for sure,
In 2026, for sure.
he is one of the bright spots. And I hate how like heavyweight, bro. Heavyweight in combat sports is supposed to be the scariest dudes on the planet. And I know at the tippy top it's really talented right now, but it's just a shame like how like mid and embarrassing this heavyweight division is. Like I want a sick heavyweight division. I want sick big dudes fighting.
I mean, I would love. I mean, I really don't think it's gonna happen ever at this point, based on a lot of the shit that's come out. But if we can get Francis back in this shit, like in
Oh
this
my
mid
God,
card,
that'd be so epic.
I'm saying
You do
like
him and Gon again.
he
You do
wants
like
to. I mean, I think Gon might whoop his ass now. Like I don't even know. Like this new leveled up Gon, like third time,
also
third time's the charm, four times the charm Gon. Like fuck.
also AJ stole Ngannou's soul.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So Gon might no, but Ngannou's never coming back. Their relationship's over. But heavyweight is last place. What a shame.
Damn shame.
All right, we all agree on that one. Let's move on to number 7. I'll throw out a nomination out there. I'm gonna throw out 205 light heavyweight. I think it's very similar to heavyweight. The top is pretty good, but like Pereira might leave towards the bottom. It's either like wash people or just guys that are not that good. Who would you guys put at 7?
I think for me, it's between them and featherweight, bro. I think featherweight right now,
Let me peek. I don't hate that take.
featherweight, like this might, again, it's close, but when you look at like Arnold Allen, like he's decent, but like Yusuf Zalal, like he's exciting a little, but in terms of like hardcore contenders that I actually see, like as championship material. I mean, really, you have Gene Silva for me. I love Ortega, but like first of all, I think he might be fighting at lightweight soon. Um, but I mean, he's looked shit for a couple of years now. You have Josh Emmett still in there. Patricio Pitbull is ranked after looking like dog shit for most of his UFC tenure so far. I mean, you still have Ige ranked. Like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, Ige 50K Ige puts on an exciting scrap still. But I'm just saying, like, when you look at the top 15, all of these guys don't scream contenders to me. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys who are past their prime or that I just don't see having like championship potential. For real, for me, you have Volk, obviously, Gene Silva, Diego Lopez, Jerome Murphy. Joe is exciting, but I don't think he's gonna like win the title at all. And that's kind of where it stops in terms of like potential, um, you know, like people with fighters with championship potential. And then you have Kevin Vallejos like at 13, like who's kind of exciting on the way up. But yeah, I don't know, man. You conversely go against light heavyweight, and I feel like at least you have Jan ranked at 5. I mean, you have Jamal Hill ranked at 7. I mean, a former champ. Like you have Dominic Reyes, who up until recently was on a bit of a resurgence, but his chin just can't stay together. I mean, yeah, I think I might agree with you, but I think it's close with featherweight because I'm looking over here now. I'm looking at light heavyweight. It's pretty shit, man. It's pretty shit. Like Volkan Ozdemir at 8, like making a little bit of a resurgence, a late career resurgence. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. Might agree with you, light heavyweight 7.
That was so good. Every name you said, I was just like, man, this is getting worse and worse. We got Jan in the top. Like, let me respect Jan's career for a second. He was a good fighter. The man's now 42. I know he drew with who did he fight? I don't even know.
Uh, Guzkov.
Guskov, who gassed out, like blew his load, and then
He was almost sick.
Dominic Reyes is the number 9 ranked fighter in this division. Mr. Chin himself. He was
Yep.
going
You have Pereira potentially going up to heavyweight.
that too.
I mean, so you don't even know. He just destroyed Ankalaev. So like, I mean, you have Yuri, but like,
And I think Roundtree and Oberg are beatable. And that's
I
big.
fuck with Goldberg. I think he's underrated.
I like Oberg, but I think he's beatable.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think Oberg for me, I'm never really that impressed with his performances. I obviously like Chinning Reyes was dope. But I mean, yeah, he chinned Alonzo Menifield, which is dope, but I don't view Alonzo Menifield as like a high caliber opponent, to be honest. And my thing is like a lot of his fights against these like, upper echelon contenders, the Ozdemirs, the Jans, like it's very boring and very like point fighty, Very like barely winning rounds, not a lot of activity. And I just feel like when you get to the top of the division, the way that he's had most of his success in the UFC, and he is at the top of the division, make no mistake at this point. Like he's ranked number 3 now. Like there's no hiding him from the Yuris, you know? There's no hiding him from the Ankalaevs, like the people who are gonna actually fight his ass. You know what I mean? There's no hiding him from the Pereiras. Like I just think that even though he's won a lot of fights, it's the way he wins them. I just don't think is sustainable against the highest level of opponents, and it leaves me questioning his potential. Just because, like, yeah, you're getting these wins, but against people that I think he should like go out there and like make statements against, like a Jan or a Ozdemir. Like you kind of play it safe more than not, you know what I mean? And I don't think that's gonna like win you the title fighting like that. Like
All right.
he's one of the only up and coming young contenders, but he's not like an exciting contender to me.
I feel that. I feel that.
All right,
I
though.
We all have it 7,
Yeah,
correct?
I agree, Kevin.
Yeah.
Nick, why don't you give us who you would put at 6? So we'll go all around now because I think our answers might be different before we give our explanations. But you start, Nick.
Featherweight, I love to not know what's going to happen. I feel like Volk can just like get knocked out at any moment here. And I like a division with interest and the belt changing around. The one division I would put next, and I know I'm kind of going in ranking order, but a belt I do not see changing hands. And the rest of the contenders behind, I'm not seeing it. And that is middleweight for me.
Hmm.
That
I'm
yeah,
not seeing it, y'all. Like Hamzat might not even fight this year or once. He's gonna beat whoever. At this point Imavov, right? Surely.
yeah. Imavov's getting the next title shot at middleweight.
Yeah, yeah. And he's not winning that. Like, I think this is more of a for me, the champion is so good. I don't see, and it's not going to be in a very interesting way unless he like hammer fist them or something.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of disagree with you in the not gonna be interesting. I think that like the matchup with Drickus, who's like a big guy, um, is a lot different than a lot of these guys. I think that like what it takes to hold Drickus down, like an athlete like him and a guy that big, is probably just a lot more like of a technical Hamza. Like he had to stay chest to chest and like kind of play it more safe, position over submission, position over damage. I think against a lot of these guys, like he's gonna kind of go get back to like ragdolling fuckers and like quick finishes and shit. I kind of don't think that like just because that one fight against DDP was like boring that like we can just think of Hamza as a boring champion now.
No, he'll some evolve, but is it gonna be in like November? Like, am I waiting that long to like see him fight?
No,
So,
I,
like looking down the list, like Brendan Allen is a number 5 fighter right now. That is he
That is a bad look.
is he one of my all-time greats? But he's just out of his prime at this point. And I just worry his chin will not hold up. Who does he have a fight against?
Piper.
Pfeiffer.
That's an interesting. Oh, they might have set that one up right there.
It's a sick fight.
That's fucked. Don't do my boy Izzy like that. Izzy's got that shit. Fuck. I gotta believe in him.
Okay, Ohio, I feel like just got exposed by Evolve. RDR, like I don't know why that man just decided his first loss to that man Brendan Allen, of all people that I didn't want there. And then Robert Whitaker past his prime, Jared Cannonier old past his prime. MVP is nice, but is he gonna be like
He's
what?
bouncing.
he doing right now? Like, is he bouncing around? He's actually one someone I'd be way more interested in this division, but is he fighting in it? Dolidze at 12. Kosa might be able to make a charge of this list.
Dude, I'm pretty sure he's fighting Murzakanov next at light heavyweight,
Oh well, then yeah, but that's it.
which is crazy.
I'm down for that matchup.
That's a crazy fight.
That is crazy. I think he gets destroyed in that, by the way.
I agree, but
But the one thing I would say to
I like
counter one thing I would say to counter your point though, Nick, about this division, like why I don't think it's worse to me than featherweight right now, is like yeah, at the top of the division, like we see Volk as like a vulnerable champion, right? And this division obviously has the exact opposite. He's like the champion I feel probably most confident will not lose their belt anytime soon, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of matchups within the division that like excite me. Like I would love to see Fluffy fight any of these guys. I would love to see Imavov versus some of these guys. I would love to see MVP, how MVP matches up against some of these top guys. You know what I mean? Coach is always like exciting to watch when he's in there. You got RoboCop coming up the ranks. You know what I mean? You have Kopylov not even ranked right now. Like Joe Pfeiffer knocking people the fuck out. You still have Jared Cannonier sticking around. Like, I just feel like if you match these guys up against each other, like, there's a lot of sick matchups like that I could see that like would entertain me. Even though I do agree with you that like at the top of the division, Hamzat probably will not fight more than at least twice. Like maximum, he will fight twice in the year. Um, but I just will say like in the meantime, like. Letting these contenders bang it out does excite me. You know what I mean?
yeah. I guess I'm the tiebreaker. I think for me, middleweight's the easy answer. And I would love it if Hamzat does what he's supposed to do and fight 3, 4 times a year like Marab, because he's clearly much better than a lot of these guys, but he's probably only going to fight once this year. He's already talking about moving up to light heavyweight. On DraftKings, he's the favorite to end the year as the light heavyweight champion, which I just hate that. I don't like that look at all. He should defend that belt like 100 times because he totally can. It does have really fun contenders, I'll give you that, but I'm just more invested in the featherweight contenders. I like their stories a lot more. And I think they're more in their prime. So so I guess we'll do 185 at 6. So that's crazy. The top three heaviest divisions so far.
they're just like Cannonier and Whitaker at 9 and 10 is just like 40-year-old fighters just sitting there.
But this is not a bad division. Like I think light heavyweight and heavyweight were kind of like worth shit talking. Middleweight's a good division. Like it's not a bad division,
Yeah, I
in my
mean,
opinion.
so yeah, something just had to be next.
Yeah. Uh,
I think this is for sure 100% where we're gonna break trend, just because like no way Walter was next, no way.
yeah. Oh yeah. No way. There's no way.
And
I can start. I have a bit of a hot one. I feel like you guys will definitely disagree.
say lightweight.
I have flyweight, men's flyweight here.
I definitely
I
disagree.
can hear it out, but I do.
Yeah, yeah. Make your case though.
Well, I kind of want to hear your guys' answers first.
Oh, I mean, for sure. Like I'm gonna keep pounding this until we get it through. Like featherweight is just not that great for me right now. Um,
I would put featherweight next.
Okay, so I'll debate it against featherweight. I think as much as like Volk being old sucks, he's still a fan favorite. He puts on really exciting fights. It's fun to have kind of a goat at the top of the division still. And I just think the contenders are insane. Like Evil you have this undefeated Russian guy. No one can stop him right now. Diego Lopez, I know it's a terrible title shot, this rematch, but it's going to be super fun. The odds are really close. He's never going to have a boring fight. Yair, top three, I don't like, but I'm a big Murphy guy. As much as we shit on Sterling on the channel, I think he's a legit contender. He could get a title shot one day. And yeah, and I just like the back half of the division. I like Gene Silva. Steve Garcia is sick. I'm big on him. Yusuf Zalal is really good. I would put featherweight over flyweight.
I would say like the shadow that Ilya kind of left over this division is kind of probably tainting it for me. Um, I think if we had like what I deem to be like a quote unquote like proper champion at the top, um, then I could look at the division a little different. Um, but I just think that like because Ilya kind of like didn't actually fight a lot of these guys, and he just kind of like jumped to the front of the queue, knocked out Max and Volk, and dipped. You know what I mean? It's kind of like damn, like I don't even really look at Volk the same currently right now because of that. Because he never got his get back. Um, I just kind of like I don't want to say he feels like a paper champion because he's still Volk and like I obviously still think he's the goat of the division and it's definitely cool to see him like old man Volk still defending off these hungry lions again. But I just feel like because of the way Ilya kind of like just abandoned the division, it kind of feels a little bit like empty right now until like someone breaks through and beats Volk, I guess. Like I think that unfortunately like Gene Silva is the only thing that to me can save this division. Like a Gene Silva at the top, because I feel like Diego Lopez, even if he gets this win, I'm gonna be like he didn't even deserve to be in this fight again, really. It shouldn't have even been him. So it's like I won't even look at him as like the rightful champ, I don't think. So yeah, I just feel like this division's like I can't rate it that high. But I feel you though, Ed.
The reason I have it over flyweight specifically, it's a personal reason, of course. My boy Josh Van is the champion, so I'm going to enjoy his reign way more over a span. And Ed, he's gonna fight 4 times, by the way.
I,
He might,
I would definitely say like three, but
I hope
like
so. He's
he's gonna,
healthy.
he's gonna. I mean, he's also young as hell, but I think he's gonna step it down. I think he's gonna step down the activity a little bit, Clark, just because he's the champion. Like that. That's just not like I don't think that fighting as much as he
Yeah,
did.
I don't think you want him to fight 4 times a year. Now that I
Yeah,
think
no,
about it, as
yeah,
fun as that sounds.
yeah.
I
As dope
want
as
him.
it sounds.
I want him to pull a Figueiredo when he fought Moreno. Just find him a month later, whoever it is.
That'd be
We'll
so.
take out Cape, and then we'll fly over to Japan and take care of Tyra.
But no, Ed, like you have like a Go and Pantoja in this division as well. Like they just kind of like, even though he just lost to Van, it was in one of those ways where like that matchup still is fresh. Like that matchup still kind of needs to be ran back. You have Cape right there, who I've been pounding the table for years at this point. Like I feel like he deserves the title shot. He has gotten his way to that title shot. You have Tyra, who looks fantastic. I mean, the way he just like took out Moreno, like I was not expecting that. I mean, he's clearly here. I mean, as much as we shit on him, Roy Val is always in a good scrap. Like he did just get boomed. Like, hey, but like he's at least a good like gatekeeper. Like, for someone like I think you have Asu Amabayev, who I really rate highly. Like he's a little small, but like he's a dog in there. Scrappy as hell. You have this Horiguchi guy who just came back who's like, looking really good, impressive, hasn't lost since Mighty Mouse. So I mean
Yeah.
he's a new up and coming matchup for people. I mean you have Urseg at 10, and even though like he's, not looked great in recent years, I mean he's still like a decent guy at number 10, I feel like. He's still very talented. He just doesn't have a chin really, but he's still very talented. Like I think a Usyk fight is going to be exciting because one way or another, someone's probably not going the distance.
Uh, yeah, it looks like I'm outvoted. That's okay. I'm not mad at it. Flyweight is sick. But my last argument, and this is kind of an effed up reason. I hate to shit on the little guys, but featherweight, just on average, I feel like the fights are way more exciting. I feel like just they're really back and forth. There's violent finishes, really dynamic finishes. And flyweight, we've talked about on the channel, it's hard to come by the big finishes. I'm really into that, but
That's fair.
flyweight, the skill is through the roof, obviously.
That's fair. I feel like your
Featherweight's
average
violent, man. Featherweight's scary.
I feel like your average flyweight prelim fight is fucking fire though. Those little guys jump around like gnats and fucking just go,
There's
go,
no,
go.
there's like no knockdowns. There's like I don't know.
And
Not
Van might beat Volk. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
oh,
Go
stop it.
in there
Stop
and
it.
whoop his ass.
Oh my god. All right.
Big stop it. All right, it's time to move divisions, man.
But featherweight, I mean, yeah, featherweight will get number five.
Flyweight, yeah, flyweight's four easy though.
I would
Like,
agree. And what do you think, Xavier?
I mean, we
Let me just look around real quick.
Before we lock that in.
easy. Ugh, voice crack, damn.
Yeah, yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah. Would you want to touch on flyweight anymore? We kind of did a little. I like how flyweight on the channel, we all have a horse in the race at the top. That makes a little fun dynamic on the channel.
Facts. I mean, I really am a Van guy too, but it's like I just know Cave is like right there, bro. Like if it, I wish it was, I wish it was. If I, had I had my way, Cape would have beat Pantoja, got the belt, and then Van would have come behind that, and then maybe beat Cape. But like the way it has to go now, I do think Cape has to touch that belt, and Van will just have to get it back later, get it back in blood, you know, because. I mean, Cape's just such a fucking dog, man. He he provides that power that you know what I mean? That power that you just talked about, you know? He provides that exciting finish potential that like I think that is why I gravitate to him. But also that's also why I gravitate towards Van, man. I love watching him, steamrolling these guys like in round three, like all output, no bad like perfect cardio damn near. Like I just think that the top of that division is like super like gas. Like all of these top level fights, like even the ones like even if these guys are winning, like they're probably not steamrolling people and they're gonna be able to scrap for longer just because like these little guys tend to have better cardio on average, obviously. Less body mass to swing around.
I agree.
You're down to the top three, the cream of the crop. Um, let's see. Who wants to start? Let's this. I think we all have the same answer, but let's see. Who wants to start? Who is
Wait. So we have left lightweight, bantamweight,
and Walter,
and welterweight.
the big three.
This is fuck. Let me think for a second because I'm looking, man.
I haven't answered. Nick, do you want to go?
I uh, I mean, I'll go if I'll go. I'll go.
Go ahead.
I would say lightweight.
Okay, I personally disagree, but I have bantamweight here.
Okay, these are obviously the two that I was going back and forth on. How about you guys say your arguments and then I'll decide.
I'm gonna do lightweight because of this. Let's just look at it top to bottom. You know, first off, I think a big part of it for me, Taporia, I don't think is fighting this year. If Taporia was fighting, I would put this at number two Ed, I will say. But I don't know. I'm just not moved by, Dan Hooker being at number six. I think Gamrot should. I take that record away from him. They should do what they did to Michael Morales, just like add a bunch of losses to the record. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
They added like two, right?
Oh, I thought it was only one. Oh, I thought it was one, but it might have been more.
One, yeah. I think it's just one.
But
Is he lost by like triangle choke in round two in one of his fights?
Or something. I mean, to be honest, that's bullshit, but they just took some random like backyard stat. Like, where did they source this from?
But I mean, like. Is it bullshit if the man got choked out, bro? Like I don't know.
Maybe it could have been an amateur fight though. Like we don't know.
I mean, obviously it would like maybe the fight just happened and then they were like, should we count that on the record? Like, nah,
Nah,
nah.
just leave him undefeated, bro. Fuck it. You gotta be undefeated.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't like that necessarily. I think that like I want to see that the man got choked out by a triangle choke in his past. Like that needs to that matters type shit if he goes up against a dangerous grappler. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. But then we have BSD Vazeev. I like those two a little bit. But then we have Moicano, Dariush. Dariush, by the way. And then Michael Chandler to round it off. I just see no like Manuel Torres. I don't really trust him. I think he's an exciting fighter, but Rafi, we saw like
He's still sick, man. I know he had one
might
like.
exactly be like Connor. He might exactly be the same man. But maybe he'll win some matchups here. He's the weakest fighting nerd to me right now by a mile.
I'd agree.
And I like Zion though a little bit, but I don't know if he's good enough.
Ziam's fucking sick
This
too.
division is lacking for me. Like it's really just Pimlet, Holloway, Oliveira, Zarzukian, and Taboria's not fighting this year. So I would just have to rank that below bantamweight. Having after Marab losing, now it's wide open. Sean O'Malley can get back. He's that good. Sanhagen had a good fight, Marab. He can have a good fight. He can have some good fights in here. Umar's a beast. Zahabi getting in there at 40 years old, Ed. Like, he's winning all these fights.
I fuck with Sabi.
Bautista's a beast at number 9. I don't support Cheeto Vera. I never have. He's always been on ring to me, but
Unranked.
nice knockouts over who was I don't even know at
He's
this.
number 6, Nick. He's not unranked.
He's number 8. He's number 8,
Oh,
but
not bad.
it's okay. He can stay in there for now.
Got Peyton Talbot on the rise.
At
Shit.
11, David Martinez. I mean, I need to see him fight more, but I know he's has a very good record and
Got
whatnot.
Vinicius Oliveira on the rise. Like he's fucking filthy.
Emin's a beat at 13. Like that dude's a beast, bro. He has a fight with Bautista, I believe. Oliveira. Like that's gonna be a crazy fight.
He does, yeah.
I think Montel Jackson still has a lot of potential. Kyler Phillips, I'm a little off him, but
I am a little off Kyler Phillips, man, but you know, that was more because he lost the font. Like when he lost the font, I was like, all right, what are we doing here? A little bit, but he's still like, not bad. He's not the worst 14 ranked fighter. Like I would put him above not Roofy, but I mean like Roofy's only 14 at lightweight because like there's so many shitters ranked ahead of him that are gonna be cleared out soon, you know what I mean? Um yeah, as the tiebreaker, I'm gonna have to go lightweight next.
Really.
I think that like Clark said, like at the top of the division, it's very exciting. I think that Ilya not being there, the uncertainty with that is kind of putting a little bit of a damper. But let's just say, even if he is there, um, I just think that once you get past Paddy Pimlet, to me, like I don't really see anybody besides until you get all the way down to Farazium and Rufi. All these middle guys are just like cannon fodder to me. You know what I mean? Like a cannon fodder like middle. And I think that like once a lot of these guys like the Gamrots of the world, the Dan Hookers of the world. I mean Fazeev, I still support him even though, but I mean even like the Moicanos, Dariush's, Michael Chandler's. Once these guys are kind of like out of the ranks. I think that we could see, a decent crop of upcoming lightweights getting in the mix. But right now, I think that, like Clark said, at the top of the division, you have a little bit of a round robin. All of a sudden, with Jan being champ, O'Malley's back in play for a title shot. We have Umar, obviously. Marab's still in the mix. I mean Jan. I mean with Jan as the champion. I mean you have O'Malley back in the mix. I mean go down. You have Peyton Talbot on the way up, like I just said. Vinicius Oliveira, and I feel like the division kind of looks to me how a division should look in terms of like you have veterans sprinkled throughout that like are there to basically get bumped off, like so to speak. But you also have like young guys sprinkled throughout the division. You know what I mean? Up and coming guys like making their way up actually. So it's like it's the perfect mix. I think that Jan, while as good as he just looked, he has been beaten before by different styles. We know that he can be out grappled to a win. We know he can be outstruck to a win. So it's like he's not like as good as he just looked. Like he is a vulnerable champion. I think there's going to be a lot of movement. They could be rock paper scissorsing in this division for a while, or Umar could, start his little reign of terror with a bunch of contenders and interesting fights to fight off. So I'm gonna go with lightweight next.
I am very shocked. I clearly think bantamweight is next. Lightweight, look, I know you guys are saying, I get what you guys are saying. Bantamweight is deeper, but man, the top of lightweight is like the top of the entire UFC, damn near. Besides welterweight, obviously, but Ilia Topuria, I think he will fight this year. This top five is insane. We just injected Max Holloway, who's fighting Oliveira for the BMF belt. Paddy Pimblin is damn near the hottest prospect in the entire sport. There's a reason Paramount's putting the lightweight division in the
And then what
spotlight
though?
for the first one.
And then what though, Ed?
Yeah,
And
And then the rest of these guys, yeah, they're not title contenders, but I could say the same shit about bantamweight. And I think these guys are uber exciting. I think on average, lightweight it also just has like the most exciting fights in the whole UFC.
Ed, here's my question. Down at the bottom of lightweight, do you see any of these guys as like
ZM, I fully believe ZM could be legit, like 100%.
Ziam and then anybody
I
else?
also think Rufy could like
But who at bantamweight besides Talbot?
Bautista?
He's not touching a title. He's not touching a title.
Vinicius Oliveira.
I think Bautista has the potential, Ed.
No, he does, but like I think Ziam has just as much.
Like compare like Peter Yan's the champion, correct?
Yes, and I get what you're saying. Like you're comparing like the bottom. I'm comparing the top. The title picture at lightweight is 10 times more interesting in bantamweight right now, in my opinion. It's not even close.
I think Umar, Marab, Sean O'Malley, Corey Sandhagen, like that's a pretty fire top four. I feel like.
We're talking about Ilya, Armin, Oliveira, Holloway. These are like the most exciting guys in the entire sport.
No, Ed, look, I feel you, but like
The drama.
they can only carry so much of this weak ass bottom half.
Oh my. And this weak ass Bonmir have happened to put on some of the most exciting fights in the whole sport.
Look, they're a good division, and so is bantamweight.
I
These
mean, at the end of the day, we're at the top of the
You're
league.
right. It's close. It's
are
close.
usually the top three, and like
I'm just shocked.
I look at it, if Taporia was fighting, like I said, I would have
Islam was back down, then okay, we would have a party. But right now, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. I get it. Bantamweight's sick.
no, yeah, it's just like man, the Darius Chandler really hurts the case here.
I don't have a defense for Dariush. Chandler, I'll defend him because he's like fun, but like Dariush is just getting murked out here.
I also just think I mean, Clark, this is where you're gonna turn on me, bro. But like now I have to, inject some truth serum into this pod for once. Charles at number two is kind of fried, bro. Like let's be real. Let's be real about it, bro.
Here?
Let's be real. No, no, no.
No, no,
Clark,
no.
Clark, Clark. I don't know if this was on the pod or off the pod, but we had a conversation a couple minutes ago, all of us, about how Charles Oliveira has a path to ending this year as the champion. And like it's a very valid path. And is that not fried, bro? Like think about it. Like a aging champ who in recent years has been basically, on his alternating wins and losses shit. Very chinny, very susceptible, like, and he's still ranked number two. Like,
I hate to be that guy, but I don't think Oliveira really has a chance to end the year with the belt, like a realistic one. I'm sorry, Clark. I'm sorry.
Wait, here's my thing. He's only lost to like Taporia and Islam. He
And
lost
Armin,
split decision. Split
but
decision.
I would definitely take Armin in a rematch.
5 rounds.
I think so. I think Armin's coming, unfortunately.
That gas out, like it's ready to happen any moment. All I'm saying is the man has the most submissions ever, the most finishes in UFC history, and like he's still doing it. Like he's still getting these submissions every other fight.
all I'm saying is this: I would be very surprised if Max Holloway does not violently chin him.
I mean, Oliver's like what, 36?
Okay, but you can't have it both ways, Clark. You
Clark, you
can't.
switching sides, bro? You coming to come? No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, no. I'm definitely taking him over Holloway. Easy work. I'd say Pimblett has a better chance, personally.
But any you guys want to touch on more bantamweight or lightweight a little more? Anything else on those two divisions before we move on to 170?
Yeah, Armin's overrated, Ed. So that just it destroys the whole list.
He's doing a very good job of like staying relevant, in my
I think
opinion,
if we
right?
had an active Ilya, like then the division would have a little bit more like
I mean,
activity to it. But I think that like we cannot just ignore this whole Ilya thing. Like it's really putting a dampener on thing. Because like let's say like Ilya went out there, he fought a Patty, boom. All of a sudden, like let's say he beats Patty even, like or Patty wins. Either way, it's like some real movement in the division. Because right now, I'm not gonna lie, like Ilya damn near a paper champ too. I'm sorry, but Charles is just not the same guy, bro. I think Charles, I've viewed him through his whole reign, and now more than ever, like he's very beatable.
I don't
And
think he is
for
either.
that to be like your, way to win the title, it kind of is like. Yeah, I mean, because of what Ilya did at 145, I respect him as like a worthy champion at 155. But like he's as worthy a successor to Islam as there is in the game. But I will say like a part of that is like I need to see him also defending that bitch against like these contenders. You know what I mean? I fully expect that he can, but it's like I need to see it to really like solidify his reign. And before it could even get going, he's having this legal problems. Potentially, we don't know when he's gonna fight. He's gonna logjam the division that he just got to, basically. It's just like a bad look up there. It's just a bad look up there. So I really hope that everything gets resolved with him or they strip him. I'm fine either way. I think you can strip him and it's fine. Like that way, this Patty Gaethje thing could feel a little bit more legitimate. And then like, everyone understands what's going on with Ilya. It's not like he's not gonna get the immediate title shot when he gets back. But I just think like he has nothing to gain by holding up this division, to be honest. And like this interim shit is like just not it.
All right. All right, guys, then let's move on to 170. I think it's number one for a reason. Islam Makhachev, technically double champ, but you guys know what I'm saying. He's Khabib's boy, absolutely dominant, perfect guy to have as champion, perfect guy to match contenders up with. You want a king like that to be able to dethrone, and the contenders, it's a death throw, man. And each contender is different in their own way. I think
It's
170
also,
is going to be crazy this year.
it's also like Islam basically gives you the aura of Hamza, but like in a vulnerable way. Like he gives you like the dominant grappling of a Hamza. You know that he's capable of dominantly grappling basically anybody now at this point. Now that we've seen him just what he did to JDM, but it's like Islam, the way he chooses to fight, he's a risk taker, man. Like he fights the full game of MMA. Um, And much to damn near Khabib's like he's probably giving Khabib fucking shaving years off Khabib's life, giving him heart problems and shit. But it's like, and me as a fan of him, like sometimes I'm like, just shoot the takedown. Why are you playing around in these other areas? But it's because he's that damn good. He's confident in his stand up. But we've also seen him flash knockdown. I mean, flash knocked out. So it's like him as a champion is the perfect like he's capable of getting knocked out by these bigger guys, especially, and even like a Ilya, for example. But it's like you get all of the dominance with like the aura of like mystique of what if or like what could happen. There's always gonna be another guy you can look at like how would Islam do against them? Whereas with Hamza, it's like, oh, like, you know we kind of like feel like we know what we're gonna see. Versus like the way that Islam just chooses to fight, it's exciting, and it leaves him open to the potential of losing. But that's what makes him like the most interesting champion to me.
I have a different reason why I have 170 at top, but I'll give my props first to the rest of the fighters. Islam, great champion, top five fighter of all time, no doubt. His run will come to an end pretty soon, and I'll get to that reason real quick. But JDM, very good fighter. Like this whole top eight, I would say is very strong. Now the bottom half, I do,
It's a little washed.
it is a little washed, but I feel like there are a lot of contenders coming up right now that I think will get in the here.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm okay with it. Like Joaquin Buckley at 10, Bonfim at 11 is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think Bomb Theme is still exciting. I mean, he had that little, gas out setback snafu a couple years ago, against fucking Nicholas Dalby, but Nicholas Dalby is just like one of those guys that can get his ass whooped. Hell, it was kind of like a Connor Diaz kind of situation, where sometimes you just have to realize like you can't just overwhelm these guys. You have to fight a little bit more smart, work on your cardio a little bit more, and like get your pacing together. And I think that Bonfim is kind of better now for having like taken that loss. So I think that he can make a little bit of a run, like up the ranks a little bit. And then like the top three contenders, JDM, Shavkat, Ian Gary, Michael Morales, even though you skip Bilal, Prates, like even Sean Brady, like all of these guys, like watching these guys rock, paper, scissors against each other will also be dope. It's not only about the champion, it's about the contenders too. Like the guys fighting for that number one spot. So yeah, I just think that this division has the perfect mix of veterans. You have Kamaru Usman, who at number 8 is still dangerous as fuck. I still think he could beat a lot of these guys ranked ahead of him, to be honest. Like he has a chance against a lot of these guys because of his wrestling. So, and like his striking and experience and cardio. So, I mean, yeah, I just think that this was like always gonna be number one for me, this division. And I just can't wait to see like what we have in store for 2026.
Oh yeah.
Facts. I mean, look, the reason I have it number one, if you've all been watching, Shavkat Rakhmonov is going to be the champion.
Yeah,
He's going to stay undefeated, and it's just going to be exciting fights. It's not going to be these boring wrestling JDM kind of fights that are just put on by these Khabib fighters. Kazakhstan, we're gonna go at it. We're gonna go for it a little bit.
I'm dead.
You know, we do have
Get the flag out, Clark.
have 18 out of 19 finishes. Like, we're just doing our thing. But we're getting doubted because of a 1 minute back take of Ian Gary off a trip. But
Damn right.
Disgusting.
And that's the only time in his whole career, 19 fights where he's looked vulnerable. That's crazy to me, but uh I
I mean,
love
I felt
Schaub.
like Ian Gary was in the mix in that fight, though. He was in the mix. He didn't get ran over.
Yeah, but it was just like I mean, he was losing and it was just like it was just one of those where you knew Gary wasn't gonna win based on how he was fighting.
I just hate how much stock that gave Ian Gary. As much as I hate Ian Gary, like how much stock that fight gave him.
Well, I just knew Ian Gary was good though. Like I never like understood why people didn't think Gary was like very sound. I mean, Ed, you just don't like the guy.
I mean, he's never winning the belt. Even if Islam wasn't here, bro, he's not touching the belt
I'd probably
ever.
agree with you, but like, because Shopcott's gonna be there, but I just Shopcott to me just matches everywhere to everybody. He's just pulling it off. So everybody else can try a little bit. Michael Morales has the best chance because he has an equalizer. Prate is great too. I love some Prates in a fight.
I want to see Protez knock off Michael Morales. That would be so dope.
Yeah, and Islam will be he'll beat a lot of these guys too. So
I think if Islam gets through Shavkat and Michael Morales, like I think he can just retire, bro. To be honest, like
it's
or even you could throw Ian Gary in there too, like. But I mean, like I think if he just goes through those two guys, he can retire. Call it one, bro. Just call it one, because like that's a goat run right there. That's enough of a welterweight run to like basically establish yourself in both divisions. You know what I mean? As an all-time champion,
would you say he would be the GOAT of the sport then?
he'll be my number two. He is my number two right now, but
I'm at number two.
he's my number two. He's my number two, man. Like,
For
but like I'm also like prognosticating a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm saying like I think he will be my number two when it's all said and done. Like I don't
uh,
have him at two now, but he is in the top five. And so I think if he does, if he beats two of the three contenders I just said and retires, I think that would make him number two.
man, Khabib really easily could have beat the GOAT. Like I think Khabib easily wins all these fights. Is my only argument, but
I mean, but he didn't, did he?
he had the most 10 like on just off eye test. We all know how these fights would have ended. Just off eye test.
I mean, it's also just dope that Islam does it different ways too, though. I feel like
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. I look, man. Like you're telling me, Khabib would have like dog walked JDM all night long. I just think he's the better wrestler. Now,
not for I don't dispute that.
now I get Islam just has the better resume. If he
By
want,
far, by far, by far, though.
I
It's a
don't know if
lot
it's
better.
by far saying the most 10-8s in like MMA history. Like that's
Against
bad.
Alec Quinta, against Alec Quinta, though.
It's still impressed. Like the most
Going
10-8s.
5 rounds. Do you think that Islam's going 5 rounds with Alec Quinta, bro? He is subbing that man, bro. He actually has finishes. Like, come on now.
I mean, he's sub Poirier quicker. Like I don't know. Like there's
I
just
know, I know, I do.
there's just things there that I'm just
Ultimately, regardless of what the eye test says, like to me, you have to go with what the results say, and that's why Islam is better than Khabib.
Oh, if he wins the next fight, I'll give it over him. But I just need to see one more JDM. Khabib smoking JDM all day long. Like that's my thing about that fight. Like I just think Khabib smokes him all day.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know where you would rank each division. Please go check out the previous video and the TikTok, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.